The lead changes hands to Belcamo and Stroll On By in third place, and now ridden along Jackpot Dathu. Spot On Soph is now on the move, and Not Today Bobo has been relegated to be the back marker. So out in the lead, Belcamo. On the outside, Stroll On By. Spot On Soph travelling strongly on their heels now, just ahead of the pushed along in fourth place Jackpot Dathu, and then a couple of lengths to Not Today Bobo. So Stroll On By racing on the outside of Belcamo, still travelling strongly. Spot On Soph is 2 lengths further back, and just shaken up and asked for her effort on this long run towards the second last. Out in the lead, it's Stroll On By. Spot On Soph tries to stay on the leader's tail as Belcamo comes under pressure, and Stroll On By tries to go clear. Spot On Soph is the only one to really be able to cover the move, but is still 2 lengths down. Stroll On By second last, with Spot On Soph on the outside delivering a sustained challenge now. They moved on from Not Today Bobo. Left hand side, Stroll On By. Right hand side, Spot On Soph. Better leap by Stroll On By, but Spot On Soph will not go away, and on the outside comes to press Stroll On By. Stroll On By digging in well, however, still has the lead. Spot On Soph a length down with 100 yards to go. Stroll On By clinging on grimly in second. Spot On Soph cannot get by at the moment, but it's going to come for one final lunge. Stroll On By will just last. Stroll On By from Spot On Soph. Nice return from Not Today Bobo, who stayed on steadily up the run-in for third. Belcamo and Jackpot Dathu.
Oh, what a thriller. What a cracker. The big two. And it was Stroll On By, who just last out beat Spot On Soph, who looked sure to win. Turning for home, you felt that stalking ride from Jonathan England was going to bear fruit, but the favourite goes in. Lilly Pinchin at 6-4. She's delighted. I expect everyone down at Charlie's will as well. That's another winner, and that's 3 out of their last 4. Yard are absolutely rampant, and back over hurdles off a long, long layoff, and gets it done. And it was the jumping that stood up, actually, over the smaller obstacles. It's a race that changed complexion down the far side. Darryl, leading Lion, was leading the race at that time, but this slithering mistake is going to surrender that lead, and therefore is Belcamo, who'd made a mistake at the previous hurdle, who ends up in front. It changes complexion.
The race completely changed there. You can see, obviously, Lilly was sitting in behind there, but the race changed there, and she ended up getting into a nice slot, and she could sit and give her horse a chance to get its second win. But here you look at Jonathan England. He's very, very good at stalking horses from the front, and you could see he was just kind of waiting, getting his horse ready to have a challenge. But unfortunately, fair play to Charlie Longsdon and all of his team down there, because I thought, looking at it earlier on, I thought it was going to be a horse that they were just have a nice pipe open to go back chasing later on in the year. But you see him there at the last, still big and bold, and you know, Lilly Pinchin and Jonathan England, they went head for head, toe to toe, and it was a great finish. It served up a real treat for us, didn't it?
Yeah, low-grade stuff, but a fantastic race. Absolutely captivating it was, and fair play, Stroll On By, just a little bit quicker, and just always had a little bit in reserve. Spot On Soph kept trying. I thought turning for home, she was in the perfect slot and was going to pick up, but could never quite bridge the gap despite having a few cracks.
It's the thing with Charlie Longsdon horses. When he gets the horses rolling, and obviously the horses are in really, really good form at the moment, they're very, very difficult to pass. They just keep going, and that's exactly what this horse has done. He's just kept motoring the whole way to the line. They're very, very tough. They're very tenacious.
Yeah, well, I've obviously ridden down the years up Charlie's gallop, and they do...
You know like all about it there, wouldn't you?
Well, they go... It's a relatively short gallop, so they do go a clip, so that you very rarely see one of his horses pulling, because they're used to going at racing pace. A bit like, I think, Mark Johnson, traditionally, that's how he would train his horses on the flat.
Exactly. They just get into that rhythm and routine, and that's what they bowl up that gallop 3 or 4 times every day. And like I say, when Charlie Longsdon's horses are in form, which they are at the moment, they're very, very difficult to pass.
Stroll On By scores 6-4 favourite, beating Spot On Soph 15-8. There was half length between them at the end.
Yeah, the handicap hurdle at Market Rasen might seem a fairly unsubstantial race, but not so for Lilly Pinchin, and warmest congratulations. That's 100 for you as a rider. What a tremendous achievement. Very well done.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible. I never thought in a million years that I would be a professional jockey, let alone ride 100 winners. So, you know, I turned up at Charlie Longsdon's after having an injury and breaking my back, and Richard Hobson was a massive part of getting me back on board after that, and turned up at Charlie's, and I've been riding lots of winners for Charlie, and I've just been very, very lucky.
And the company you're now in, like, I've got 2 daughters, and the idea, we'd love it to be a completely level playing field, but does feel a bit more significant, doesn't it, when you're now joining the likes of Rachel Blackmore, the outgoing Rachel Blackmore, and other great names of the sport flying the flag.
Yeah, it's incredible what Rachel's done for the sport, and hopefully, you know, myself and all the other girls in the weighing room can inspire the younger generation to get going, because it's it's a great thing to be doing, and I'm very privileged to be where I am right now.
And at what point did you think it was on? 90? 95?
I knew it was on 99, but I'm pretty relaxed about things. I was just great if it happened, you know, if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, no, it's awesome that it's happened, and I'm just very, you know, grateful for everybody who's supported that. Yeah,
deepest congratulations. If I may bring in Charlie Longsdon, who, if Midnight Duel wasn't enough in the week for Lilly to get her to 99, today's winner Stroll On By off an 11-month layoff as well. So you've definitely done your part too.
Yeah, I was very, very negative before the race. I know we were favourite. I was very negative before the race, saying, "Oh, the ground might be too soft. Oh, he wants the fence. He's never won over hurdles." But actually, it fell beautifully his way. He used to never finish over hurdles, and he's finished it really nicely. Good battle with the second horse. Bad luck to them. But it's great to get him back on a winning playing field.
And without making Lilly blush, how big a part has she been in recent times for your stable?
Oh, she's been a big member of the team for the last 3 or 4 years now. I mean, I remember Lilly rang me probably 3 or 4 years ago saying, "Can she come and ride out?" And he said, "Would she get some rides?" I said, "Well, if you didn't come in, you probably wouldn't get rides, but you came in, she got rides, they won. Horses clearly travel and run well for her." And yeah, as much as we all want it to be a level playing field, boys and girls, it is tough. And you know, Lilly is the latest of a stream of very good female jockeys who needs to make it, you know, a total level playing field.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more with that. And any future plans now? Obviously, getting to the 100 is great. I'm sure, not that the gifts you get at Market Rasen you can really do much with, a pot of honey or some sausages. But a bottle of champagne though. Will there be some celebrations? Because it must mean an awful lot.
Yeah, there will be. I'd say I'll be coming home to a very happy family this evening, so hopefully we'll have a few champagnes, and that'll be that.
Honestly, I totally heartfelt. So many congratulations as to what you've achieved, and hopefully it rolls on for another 100 as well. And to Charlie's support too.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And we have one further presentation as well to make, ladies and gentlemen, after our third race, because this is a milestone winner for our jockey. 100 career winners, courtesy of Stroll On By. Lilly Pinchin.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.